Hello everyone, welcome back. This will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Taurus for the week of May 11th. I hope everybody had a good week. And at this time I'd like to thank each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. And of course for all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched. And also hit the hype button. Wow, thank you. And of course the lovely comments. It is so nice to hear from each and every one of you. It certainly makes my week. It gives me inspiration and hope. So thank you for doing that. I hope I do the same for you as well. So, all right. And the Three of Pentacles. So definitely collaborating with somebody else here. You know, figuring out what your next move's going to be. For some of you, you've been asked a question. So you're now trying to figure out what your next move's going to be. But it looks like you're talking to somebody who is like yourself, but you're putting in the work. Somebody, maybe a boss has come up to you recently and asked you, to give them a hand. There's some new people coming in. Maybe make a few notes saying, how the equipment's won, whatever it happens to be. But you're definitely speaking with somebody else. And this is going to help you help yourself in the future, in the very near future. Because this may be beginning of them testing you, which is not always pleasant. But, sometimes not knowing things is its own bliss. And this one is just like you're getting together, there's teamwork, there's collaboration, you're learning, you're implementing things, you're building something much better for yourself. So good for you for doing that. And the Knight of Swords. So making your point across, standing your ground, cutting through stuff, if there's disagreements with friends, family, relatives, whomever it may be, you're dealing with it. You're making sure now that people truly understand who you are, regardless of your age. You're not listening to all the gossip out there and stuff that's been going on around many of you. You're understanding that, take it with a grain of salt. You're smart enough to know things yourself. So, and you above all know that, words you can't take back. So you try not to say things without really having thought behind them. And this looks like a trip for you as well, like really having a good time with it, believe it or not. It's an unexpected trip. Something happened and you decided to, get away for the weekend. Maybe somebody needs some help somewhere else, and the quickest way for you to get to them is jumping on a plane sort of thing. But you're definitely taking a trip here for a lot of yous. And the Emperor, yeah. Definitely feeling much stronger this week. Taking on the leadership role, knowing what the difference is that makes you tick and the people around you. So you're understanding, there's some things that you have to put, kit gloves on, and other ones you can just speak your mind and realize that they know you're in control of this and you know what you're doing. And the Page of Swords. So taking swift action on something, realizing something really does need to change. And if you don't correct this, it's not going to get any better. So it may be of a result of a relationship that's shifted. And you're realizing that, okay, you're not quite happy with how the circumstances are panning out. So you're speaking your mind. You're understanding that, okay, whatever comes out of this comes out of it. You can correct it after, but right now this needs to stop sort of attitude. So you're ready for this disagreement, or perhaps it's already happened and you have had to take the upper hand in this. Yeah, karma. Understanding that this is your time. The universe is paying back to you for all the good that you've done in the world. This is, it happens, and it's a good thing that this happens. Because sometimes we just continue to give forever, and we wonder if that's all there is, but no, this is the universe listening to you very intently. And perhaps recently you've said something and you're starting to realize that, you said you're waiting to buy something. We use that as an example, for a long time. And you said to yourself, if it ever comes on sale, like if it was to come on sale tomorrow, I'd buy it. And all of a sudden it's on sale tomorrow. So the universe is actually listening to you and helping you to move forward. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So you have a lot of new opportunities, new beginnings, learning to close the deals, close the doors, getting new assignments for yourself. So you're really elevating yourself in life, whether you're intentionally doing it or the universe is helping you, because it sees and listens to what you have asked for in the past and now helping you to step into this. So this is good financial opportunities. Things are really starting to change here. And it's running much smoother than what you had thought it was going to be. Maybe you had already thought about this and it was just, you didn't really take action. Well, now you have. So you get to have that desire. Yeah, look at all the new beginnings, new startings. You're going to hear something really, really nice this week. Or perhaps you already have. And it is going to help you to make a decision on travel plans. You're getting this good news and it's really taking you to a new opportunity in your life. Now, this could be just a opportunity to travel, and it could be an opportunity related to work with travel, but you're very practical. You use your head when you do things. You don't take advantage, but this time you're listening to other people and filtering it. You're aware that, there's gossip, and don't believe all that you hear, because you're doing your own looking into things. Seven of Cups. So you needed to make a decision. You've had a lot of fantasies in your mind recently. Jobs, starting a business, having a person in your life, whatever it was. And you have been thinking about this for some of you, a very long time. And you thought, you'd go with the daydream for a long time and then you'd cut it short. And now the universe is asking you, okay, this is your opportunity. Are you going to take it, or are you going to continue to just think about it? Sort of answer. But it's requiring you to make a decision one way or the other. No longer just daydreaming about it, or it will fade away. And the Four of Cups, yes. Understanding you wanted things to change is one thing. Moving forward on them is another. Right now, you're just you're bored, but you're still timid enough to not want to move forward on something. And it's not always easy. I say that, but I understand that, some things are hard to move forward on, but this is you meditating, contemplating, making connections and trying to figure out what you should do next for yourself. So you're just holding yourself back a little bit here, ever so temporary. And the Justice card. Okay. Well, it looks like there's some paperwork that needs your attention. Something coming into your life, something legal. And it may require that you have to sign some legal documents. This could be a settlement for a court case, that has been going on for a long time. You taking somebody back to court to receive what is justfully yours. But it's going to finally get finished up here. It's finally going to open up a new avenue by settling this. It helps you to decide on something in your future. I'm fighting with my cat on the other table here. She's trying to get up on this one. All right, and the Wheel. So definitely something has come to a full circle, completion. You're finished up with something. You want to start something else. You're a little bit hesitant on it. But that won't last long with you, because you have a tendency to, think about something, and you think about it and then you do it, which it really is a good quality. But right now you're realizing that you need to slow something down just ever so slightly so that you can move into the future with more assurance. This is good luck, karma, life cycle, life changing, moving forward on something, accepting an ending to something so a new beginning can start. So there's travel here, and you're moving on it. So good for you for, making that choice. And they're not always easy. And the Hermit, yes, you've stepped back. You've went within, you've taken a walk, a drive, whatever it happens to be. You did some soul searching on your own. Telling yourself the truth, seeking the truth in many things, and really seeing what's being offered to you from all people in your life before you move forward on anything. But right now, you're finding your inner guidance, you're meditating, you're understanding something in your life will change once you follow that light. So you're really asking your question, do you want to do this? Look at the balance. The High Priestess, moving forward, feeling more independent, more sure of yourself. You did your knowledge, you checked, you told yourself the truth, and you're more in touch with what it is that you want for a change. Instead of you always trying to please others, you're finally allowing yourself to not only ask the question of what it is you desire, but how you're going to go about receiving it. And the Five of Rods. So yeah, maybe you're feeling like there's been some competition. Somebody trying to get noticed a little bit more, that sort of thing. And you're just not. You don't believe in that. You sort of step away from that sort of bad behavior. Now, this can be in a job situation. This can be a situation for a relationship. Somebody trying to, two people have an eye for the same person sort of thing. But whatever this is for you, you're just being and showing up as who you are right now. You're not overplaying anything or trying to make yourself be something that you're not. And the Queen of Rods. Yeah, you're taking a new venture for yourself. You're giving yourself finally permission to do something. Whether that's open a business, take a trip, whatever floats your boat, you're finally allowing yourself to try. And you're taking some pretty, bold moves and feeling nothing ventured, nothing gained. So you've definitely changed and shifted your attitude towards many things in your life. And it's surprising to others, but right now you're thinking more about yourself than trying to please everyone else around you. And the Chariot. Yeah, you're taking action on something. It looks like for many of us, it may be a road trip. Maybe you're getting your car in order, making sure that it's safe and sound for the roadworthy, but you're definitely changing. You're motivated, you're making progress, you're taking action, and you're moving forward. You're determined to succeed, and you're in control of this. You realize that more than anybody, that if you don't do something about what you're thinking, like so much about or concentrating so much about on, you won't be happy in the end. So you're realizing you're in charge, you're the one who needs to move this forward, and you're doing it. And the King of Cups. Yeah, definitely understanding your own strength moving forward. There's relationships here, partnerships, and you're much more calm about entering them. You've already done all the groundwork, all the thinking, all the knowledge. You've got it all, and you've decided what it is that you desire and taking action on that. Hasn't been easy for you to make this decision, but you're understanding now it's either now or it's not going to happen. So good for you for recognizing that. A lot of us doesn't. Okay, and see, there you are. There's a confirmation. Collaboration, get-togethers, understanding that you do have that knowledge that other people are seeking. You're being asked to participate and help, clarify something, get-togethers. You know, this can be in job, home, family, whatever it happens to be. You're okay with this teamwork. You're learning something new. You're building something that you feel good about, strong about, knowing that things are really going the right way. Like that, you know, that's your confirmation from the universe that it is time for this change, this teamwork. Everybody get together on the same page. All right, and your oracle card. Protect the fruits of your labor. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental concerns. And there you are. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye for now.